Thanks for coming and hanging out in the basement with me today. What we've got is this Lionel Railroad Control Tower built in 2003, and it is a little dusty. I did have it in the last video where I was setting up this layout, and I just really want to take it apart and clean it all up, even though it's going to get dusty in my layout, but hey, that's okay. I just enjoy taking stuff apart, cleaning it up. Another thing I'm going to try to do is see if I can make it a little quieter. It's a little noisy in operation, and probably a cracked gear, but we'll investigate it. Not a big deal. It doesn't have to move, but, part of its charm, I guess, right? Let's get started. Alright, so here is the tower, and as you can see, we got, I don't know, some cork or something on the bottom there. And then, of course, everything is just all real dusty and stuff, which is okay. Nothing wrong with that. It's going to get dusty in my care, so that's alright. But if you haven't seen how this works, these three rods carry the power up to the top here where the motor is underneath this cover, and we also got a light in there. So on the bottom we've got ground, M for motor, L for light. I did loosen the center rod up, so it might not work anymore, but we'll hold the wires to the ground and to the light here. And we got nothing. Let me make sure I didn't short out my wires, which I might have. No. Circuit breakers seem good on here, so we should be good. Okay, there's our motor. Yeah, that ticking noise. Let's see here. See if I can get this. Like I said, I did loosen one of these up. There we go. And you can see the action inside. Yeah, we should have a little light, but maybe the light's burned out finally? I don't know. Yeah, we got nothing. But the top just comes off real quick here. Here's the center deal where the guys spin and whatnot. It's pretty cool. This bulb could be loose too. Let's just try hooking it up directly. So we got the outer portion of the bulb, and then this ladder piece is the kind of ground frame for it. Yep, must have just been loose. Let's try hooking her up again on the bottom here. Yep, there we go. Kind of hard to hold. It is working. So, shut off the, well, guess we'll just leave the transformer on and we'll start the train going. Alright, so this was pretty easy to take apart. Luckily I knew it, because when I got it, if you saw in that video, it was already apart, but this is neat. We're going to work on cleaning up these scrape marks. See how good we can do. Not sure on that, but that's a pretty cool control panel. Like I said, here's the roof. These two pieces just come off here if you wanted to pull it all off. They tell you in the manual to pull these off and then pull this off, but that's okay. So since I want to separate everything so I can clean stuff up real good, I noticed that these rods are just held in with these plastic spacers here. So let's just take these off here. Hopefully I don't ruin them. Or lose them. Okay, there's one. Okay, so now let's see if we can get these guys off of here. There we go. Those are these funky, I think it's festoon clips. I'm not really sure. I'll look it up and put a word on the screen what these things are called. So the base is held on with 4 screws here. There we go. That is off now. That'll be easy to clean up. There's our 3 rods. Now the railings and stuff are pretty fragile, so I gotta be careful of those. Okay, looks like this thing just kind of slots together. It's not glued or anything, which is nice. We got a missing screw up here. It's never in there. And let's see. Let's just pull the rod straight out here. It's just tension that holds them in. That's pretty cool. Nice. So that's pretty easy. I think these things are just kind of sitting on the bottom. They're not retained in. They're not glued in. There we go. There's the ladder. I'm not sure if I can get the base, the walls and stuff out. Let's try it. With that plastic gear there. Excellent. Alright, so the base is loose here. Good. And there's the top ladder. Alright. Oh. I didn't expect that to come off like that at all. Wow, that's kind of surprising. So the motor is actually screwed to this piece. 2 screws that hold the motor onto the base. This one, it's a larger diameter screw. And a very short one. And this guy. Well, maybe we got 3. That guy too. Wow, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Alright. So there's our pieces, and this just seems like it's going to come right apart. Yep. Take a look at that. Wow, look at that. Just all kinds of fits together like a jigsaw. It'll be easier to clean. It's kind of falling apart. Hopefully I can figure out how it goes back together. Nice. That'll be great to clean. A little soapy water. That'll be good as new. Alright, we're going to clean the roof too, so... Just twist. Pull off this top little piece. Anemometer. Direction vane. And the roof. There we go. There's no need to clean these guys. Alright. Let me clean these pieces up. Turned out really good. Except for I've got this kind of residue. I think it's glue from when ballast was laid down or ground covering or something. A lot of the big chunks scraped off this, but you can still see it's here. My favorite solvent, naphtha, really didn't do anything with it, but isopropyl alcohol does seem to be taking it off. So everything turned out real good with using the isopropyl alcohol on these. These are non-painted. The base, however, was painted. I did get quite a bit of gray on it here. But it cleaned up and looks much better, so I'm happy. Okay, great news. I was able to get the red marks off here and here. I think they probably came from this piece. This piece, I believe, is painted. And this piece was probably assembled when it was still just a little bit wet. Novus 2 is what I used to take that off. Just a little bit of rubbing. Got it. You can see a couple little lines right here, but that's okay. But yeah, it was in the corner here and here. And as you can see, it looks great. I'm going to assemble it, and we'll dive into this guy. Okay, base is all assembled here, and it is looking way better, much cleaner. Let's pop this cover off and see what we can see. Like I said, it's probably got a cracked gear in it, which is okay. Alright, there's this guy. Probably the worm gear on the Motor is cracked. Nice, they reused another one of these little pieces for in there. Yep, this guy is actually cracked right here. Big crack right there. So, I found these little gears I had. I bought 2 types. And it turns out they're both 10-tooth gears, and I think I can make it work. I'm going to do a little surgery, see if we can try it and assemble it. Well, it was an awful tight fit, which means it's probably going to crack again. But I got the gear fairly centered. It's not perfect, but I don't think it needs to be for this low torque application. Put a little super lube on there. Slap her back together. You know what, let's just test it out. We'll hold it together. We'll test it out here. Alright, let's try her one more time. Fingers crossed. That is better. Much better. Could probably rotate slower. A lot of vibration here. But no more clicking. Seems to be reliable now. Alright. Let me assemble it, put it together, and we'll try it out. Okay, here we go. Got some wires hooked up to these rods, jumper leads here, because that's where the power goes. You can also hook it up down below, of course. So, ground is the outside one, and the middle one is the motor. So, let's see how much quieter it is. And of course, it isn't moving. Alright, well, sometimes these repairs go this way, so let's check it out. We gotta have a broken wire or something. Okay, call me a dum-dum, because I am. So I was hooking it up, basically, leg 1 to the other leg. They're both common, so I needed to go from this one to the center one. So there's my whole problem. So let's hook it up in the center here, and it'll start working. So, still noisy. Let's try hooking up the motor to maybe like the variable output of the transformer. Just kind of see how it reacts. Got her hooked up correctly now. So if you have it on a real low voltage, like 9, that works. 14's probably a bit much. Like 12 or something. Well, what do you think? I think it turned out really good. I'm very happy with how well it cleaned up. I'm also happy with that I was able to find a replacement gear for that motor that I had. I thought that was pretty awesome. I'll probably just leave that motor disconnected and just use the light, but that's okay. Maybe I'll put a little button along it or something. I don't know. Not a big deal. Really want to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you want to check out the back catalog. There's lots of really cool videos for accessories and engines and cars and all kinds of stuff in there. Thank you very much for watching.